Imagine this: you've been betrayed, lied to, or deeply hurt by someone you trusted. Now, they're asking for a second chance. They apologize, promise to change, and maybe even shed a few tears. But deep down, you feel uneasy. Should you really let them back in? Before you answer, let me ask you this: how many times have you forgiven someone, only to be hurt again? Sometimes, giving a second chance isn't a gesture of kindness, it's a ticket to more pain, disappointment, and betrayal. In this video, we're going to dive into the harsh truths that no one talks about. Why, in many cases, not giving a second chance might be the smartest and most self-protective choice you can make. Stick around, because by the end, you'll have a clearer picture of when to say enough is enough. In relationships, whether personal or professional, the question of giving someone a second chance is often a difficult one. Life is full of mistakes, misunderstandings, and moments of weakness, which can lead us to offer forgiveness in the hopes of rebuilding bridges that have been burned. However, while second chances can sometimes lead to positive outcomes, they can also lead to repeated patterns of hurt, betrayal, and disappointment. The decision to not give someone a second chance is one rooted in self-preservation, wisdom, and recognizing when enough is enough. This video explores the reasons why, in many instances, giving someone a second chance may not be the best option. 1. Repeated patterns of behavior. One of the most compelling reasons not to give someone a second chance is when you notice a repeated pattern of bad behavior. People often show you who they truly are through their actions, and if someone has betrayed, lied, or hurt you once, the chances are they might do it again. While everyone makes mistakes, some mistakes indicate deeper character flaws rather than isolated incidents. For example, if someone repeatedly disregards your boundaries, disrespects your time, or manipulates you emotionally, giving them another opportunity is often an invitation for them to repeat these behaviors. Many people may promise change when they are caught, but true transformation is hard to achieve and takes significant effort. If someone wronged you in a major way and their apology feels insincere, or if they quickly revert to old patterns, it's a red flag that a second chance will likely end in more disappointment. 2. Loss of trust. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, or professional. Once trust has been broken, it is extremely difficult to rebuild. When someone betrays your trust, whether by lying, cheating, or going behind your back, it's not just the action itself that hurts, it's the shattered sense of security that follows. Giving someone a second chance after they've violated your trust often feels like you're putting yourself in an extremely vulnerable position. The emotional toll of constantly questioning their words or actions can lead to anxiety, stress, and a lack of peace in your own life. Trust is hard to rebuild because it's not just about forgiving the person, it's about being able to fully believe that they won't do it again. Unfortunately, many people who violate trust once are likely to do it again, especially if the underlying issues that led to the initial breach of trust haven't been addressed. In such situations, the decision to not offer a second chance is a way of protecting yourself from further harm. 3. Emotional manipulation. Some people are skilled at manipulating emotions to get what they want. They might apologize, cry, or make grand promises of change, but their sincerity is often questionable. People who use emotional manipulation rely on others' empathy and compassion, knowing that it's hard to refuse a second chance when they put on a convincing act of remorse. They might use guilt to pressure you into forgiving them or into giving them another opportunity, even when deep down you know it's not a good idea. In cases of emotional manipulation, it's important to recognize that giving someone a second chance could enable them to continue using you as a tool for their own gain. Manipulative individuals rarely change because their behavior stems from a fundamental selfishness and a lack of empathy for others. Instead of giving them another opportunity to manipulate your feelings, it may be better to cut ties and protect yourself from further exploitation. 4. Toxic relationships. Toxic relationships can be draining, emotionally harmful, and sometimes even dangerous. Whether it's a romantic partner, a friend, or a coworker, some people have the ability to poison your mental and emotional well-being. In toxic relationships, there's often a cycle of hurt followed by apologies, promises to change, and brief moments of peace before the hurt starts again. This cycle can become addictive, making it difficult to break free, but offering second chances in such situations only prolongs your suffering. Giving a second chance in a toxic relationship usually means that you're putting yourself back into a harmful environment where you're likely to get hurt again. Toxic individuals rarely change because their behavior is deeply ingrained, often tied to their own unresolved issues like insecurity, jealousy, or a need for control. In such cases, it's healthier to walk away than to keep hoping for change that is unlikely to happen. 5. Enabling bad behavior. One of the risks of giving someone a second chance is that it can enable bad behavior. When someone wrongs you, and you forgive them without any real consequences, they may feel like their actions don't have significant repercussions. This can embolden them to continue acting inappropriately because they know they'll be forgiven again and again. This is particularly true in cases of habitual offenders, where the person continues to make the same mistakes repeatedly. By offering them another opportunity, you may unintentionally send the message that their behavior is acceptable, or at least not serious enough to warrant any real change. In such cases, it's better to set firm boundaries and refuse to give them another chance, making it clear that their actions are not tolerable. 6. Self-respect. Sometimes, refusing to give someone a second chance is an act of self-respect. When someone disrespects you or violates your boundaries, continuing to give them opportunities to come back into your life can erode your sense of worth. Over time, this can lead to feelings of low self-esteem, as you start to question whether you deserve better treatment. By not offering a second chance, you're sending a clear message to yourself and others that you value your own well-being and won't tolerate being treated poorly. Setting boundaries and sticking to them is an essential part of maintaining self-respect and protecting your mental and emotional health. 7. The risk of recurrence. One of the harsh truths of giving second chances is that many people don't change. Studies have shown that individuals who engage in negative behaviors, especially in relationships, tend to repeat them. For example, research on infidelity suggests that people who cheat once are statistically more likely to cheat again. The same holds true for other forms of betrayal, such as lying or emotional abuse. The recurrence of such behaviors can cause you even greater harm the second time around because now you're dealing with the added emotional weight of having trusted them again. You may find yourself feeling foolish for giving them another opportunity, which can compound the initial hurt. For this reason, it's often better to err on the side of caution and not give a second chance, particularly in situations where the offense is severe or has a high likelihood of being repeated. 8. Energy and time wasted. Relationships require a significant investment of time, energy, and emotional resources. When someone wrongs you, it's natural to feel drained, hurt, and emotionally exhausted. Offering a second chance means pouring more of your time and energy into a situation that may not improve, which can take away from other areas of your life that deserve attention. The mental and emotional toll of trying to rebuild a damaged relationship can leave you feeling stuck, while life continues to move on around you. In contrast, refusing to give a second chance allows you to focus on healing, moving forward, and investing in relationships that are more rewarding and healthier. Your time and emotional energy are valuable resources, and it's important to use them wisely. 9. Protecting your mental health. Mental health is a crucial aspect of well-being, and relationships play a significant role in how we feel about ourselves and the world around us. Offering someone a second chance after they've hurt you can cause unnecessary anxiety, stress, and emotional turmoil. You may find yourself constantly worrying about whether they will hurt you again, or questioning their motives and sincerity. For people who struggle with anxiety or depression, staying in a relationship where trust has been broken can exacerbate their symptoms. By choosing not to give someone a second chance, you're prioritizing your mental health and well-being. protecting yourself from further emotional harm is an act of self-care, and sometimes that means saying no to people who have proven they can't be trusted. 10. Fear of confrontation and conflict avoidance. One of the reasons people often give second chances is because they fear confrontation or want to avoid conflict. It's easier to forgive and move on than to face the discomfort of ending a relationship, especially if it's with someone close to you. However, avoiding confrontation for the sake of peace can sometimes lead to bigger problems in the long run. When you give someone a second chance just to avoid an argument or because you're afraid of hurting their feelings, you're putting your own needs and well-being on the back burner. This can lead to resentment, frustration, and even more significant conflicts down the road. By standing firm and refusing to give a second chance when it's not deserved, you're asserting your boundaries and refusing to compromise your own happiness for the sake of avoiding a difficult conversation. 11. Recognizing when enough is enough. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to recognize when enough is enough. Not every relationship is meant to last, and not every mistake should be forgiven. People change, grow apart, and make choices that reveal their true nature. When someone consistently shows you that they are unwilling or unable to change, it's important to acknowledge that continuing to offer them second chances will only lead to more pain. It's not about being unforgiving or cold-hearted, but about understanding that your time, energy, and emotional well-being are precious. Sometimes, walking away is the healthiest option, both for you and for the other person. Finally, in life, we are often told to forgive and forget, to give people the benefit of the doubt, and to believe in second chances. However, offering someone a second chance isn't always the right decision. When someone has repeatedly hurt you, broken your trust, or engaged in toxic behavior, giving them another opportunity can result in more harm than good. Ultimately, the decision to not give someone a second chance is one of self-preservation, respect for your own boundaries, and acknowledgement that some people may never change. Rather than risking further disappointment, it may be better to protect your mental and emotional health by recognizing when it's time to walk away. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.